Hi, I'm Sergio with Arvig. Thanks for tuning into Tech Talk here. Today you'll see in front of me I've got an iPad, the almighty iPad, right? We're going to be talking about how to get it connected to your Wi-Fi or your internet connection. Definitely, top 3 things you have to do with your iPad, because if you can't get online, you can't download apps, you can't browse websites, you can't update it, you can't do almost anything. Basically, this is an internet device. So let's go ahead and look at those settings and see how you can get it online. Okay, so you're looking at the iPad home screen right now. If you press the home button, this is where it brings you. A word of note, we are running the newest iPad with the newest software available for it. So if you're running like a first generation iPad from a few years ago and you've never updated it, your settings may look a little different. So not exactly the same, not super different, but different. What we have to do here is go ahead and go into the settings section. It's right on our home screen. Yours may be in a different spot, but by default it is on the home screen. It looks like some little gears and it says settings. We'll click that. And you'll notice on the left hand side we have all sorts of apps and settings for different things. It's pretty obvious where we want to go. Since we're doing Wi-Fi, we want to click Wi-Fi. Now what's going to happen here is it's going to first of all tell you whether the Wi-Fi is on or off. And then it's going to ask you to choose a network. If you want to go on an airplane, for example, they're going to ask you to probably turn the Wi-Fi off while you're taking off or landing or that sort of thing. So it's as simple as coming in here and switching it to off. You can also do that by this handy-dandy airplane mode in the upper left-hand corner. The next thing to do is to choose our network. Now we're already connected to the Arvig internet network here, so we're ready to go and ready to go online. But if I haven't yet, I would choose a network, and then it would ask me to type in the password for that network if it has one. Once you've typed in the password, you're ready to go. It's very easy. But let's say you need to change some settings later. I've already connected to my network, but I want to go in and change those settings. I click on the network I'm connected to, and I know I'm connected to it because of the check mark, and I hit the arrow pointing to the right. Here you can kind of do custom settings just like if you were on your computer. We have what's called DHCP, which is basically an abbreviation for automatic. It gets all of your IP addresses, all your internet settings automatically, which 90% of the time is going to be exactly what you need. But maybe you have your iPad at an office or something and you need to use what's called a static IP. You click right there and you would type that information in here. And if you are on a corporate network or a business network, they would be able to tell you what that IP address is, what that static information is. You also have something called the proxy setting, which is another business kind of application. It helps redirect or hide where, what network you're on, and in most cases you don't have to worry about that, and you can turn it off or have it on auto. Let's go back to our Wi-Fi network settings page, and you have the last setting here which says ask to join a network. That's going to turn on or off depending if you have it on. Whenever you try to use the internet, it's going to say, hey, we should join this Wi-Fi network I found. If you have it turned to off, then it won't try to ever ask you to join Wi-Fi unless you go in and prompt it to choose a network. Why might that be handy? Well, maybe you have the version of the iPad that uses cellular data. This way, if you have that turned on, it'll ask you to connect to Wi-Fi first before using up your cell data, because you might only have so many megabytes of data available. But if you have unlimited data, you might not care and you just want to never connect to Wi-Fi. Relatively easy. You go in here and you choose your network and you're ready to go. And you know it's working because if we press home and choose Safari, Google comes up, so we know we're connected and working. Thanks for watching this episode of Tech Talk. A word of note for you, if those settings also apply to an iPhone, the newest releases of the iPhone, and if you have the newest version of the iPod Touch. So, those settings can apply to multiple iDevices. They're not going to work for Macintosh computers, or if you have a very old iPhone, iPad, or iPod. So just kind of, a word of note there. Thanks for watching. If you have questions or want to, you need help connecting your iPad to the internet or setting up for email, why don't you let us know? We'd be happy to help you out. You can reach us at any of our Arvig locations or at arvig.com, or give us a call at 888-99-ARVIG.